2 transit workers are physically assaulted every week. On Easter Sunday, a rider punched and repeatedly stabbed a conductor on a platform. A few days earlier, another conductor and a bus operator had urine thrown in their faces in separate attacks. Dozens more transit workers get cursed at, spit on, and verbally threatened every week. Why? Because they wear the blue MTA uniform. I'm Tony Utano, president of the Transport Workers Union Local 100. No other workforce in New York City has to deal with this type of disgusting abuse and disrespect. To top it off, we also must deal with the dirt and the grime and the danger of working in the subway tunnels as trains roar right past them, and the constant pressure of making service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We recently began contract negotiations with the MTA for transit workers. TWU Local 100 will not be stopped from securing a fair contract for our membership. Transit workers have earned it.
So that was the TWU president, Tony Utano, talking about the recent attacks on transit workers that just happened back in April. And unfortunately, I have to talk to you all about something that happened on the Q88 earlier this week, because I was disgusted when I saw earlier on Channel 2 this morning, and we gotta talk about that in this video. But Tony is right, and I agree with Mr. Utano, is that, you know, these workers, you know, even though we have bad experiences with them, again, I'm not part of the problem, in case anybody is wondering, alright? There's worse people out there than me who are a nuisance. And when I say that, I mean it by heart, everyone. I mean it. Alright, you have thugs, you have criminals, you have some cases mentally ill, and, you know, I'm sorry to point the finger, but I have to blame de Blasio on this. I really do. It's his fault. He's letting all of this activity continue on our watch. This is my battle. This is our battle here in New York City. And if they're going on strike because of their safety, I would agree with them on that. Right now, it's an unsafe job. And I had a grandfather who worked in the MTA, and he never had to deal with this. He never had to deal with, even back in the 70s, he never had to deal with this. Now here we are, almost 40 plus years later, and here we are dealing with this nonsense. Sure, in 1980 and 2005 it was different reasons. But in 2019, they need to strike. Sorry to say this, let them. Let them. I have to go on the point here and say this now. Right now, these workers, I know they're demanding money. That's one thing. But I'm urging every transit worker right now. You need to demand safety. You need to demand safety. Because right now, even the passengers, us passengers don't feel safe. We could get attacked next. We could get attacked. And they need to picket lines at the Queens Village bus depot. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I've bashed the depot for maintenance, but that's a whole different story. This is more about safety. And keeping in mind, we're going back to March. We're going back to March of when this nonsense first started. And there's more incidents. There's more incidents. You want to know something the media didn't report on? There's been other issues. Yes. I'll show you this. Attacked in Harlem. Trying to find it. Here we go. Look at this. I'll mute this. 2 13, 14-year-old girls requested the bus to stop in Harlem. The bus driver refused because it wasn't a bus stop, and he had every right to do that. He had every right to do that. For safety. For the other passengers. ridiculous. I said, I'm the one making announcements because PA systems don't work. I'm the one trying to look out for other passengers. In fact, today, the Spanish lady who's been riding the bus with me for a week now, oh, you help too much. Yeah, she probably missed the N25, and now she's got to be stuck at Long Island Juice for a half hour. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to look out for everybody. Again, you have all these criminals out there right now. Trying to be angry right now, but again, I'm going to say this right now. There's worse people out there than you have to worry about these days. Can't make this stuff up. Just can't. Trying to see where the trash was on the bus. That's definitely Nova Bus LFS. I could tell that was. And they spat on the driver. Yeah, here we go. I found a picture of the trash. So if it'll play it right here. This is where they dumped the trash in the bus. I said, I'm just disgusted. I really, really am disgusted. I wanted to quickly show you that video to prove a point. But anyhow, I will mention that ad that you saw, or heard earlier, that ad was aired on 1010 Wins. I first heard it back on Tuesday morning, and I had mentioned it to Andy Quinto that I would look hard and deep to find that radio ad, and it was so easy. TWU Local 100 had that on their website. So anyhow, you really want to know how far back this goes to? This is a pattern, I feel, that's been going back since October of 2018. If I am correct, I will look it up. Brooklyn bus driver attacked. Let's see if we can find it. Here we go. Yep. Remember what happened back in August of last year? You don't remember what happened last year on the B-15? You all don't remember? Yep. Mr. Utano, this is how far back it goes to. This is how far back it goes to. So let's go back. Let's do a timeline of events. Let's go with all the publicly known attacks on workers since August of 2018. Let's go far back to that. So literally, here we are, 9 months later. Literally, it's been 9 months, and this is still happening. So let's read this. So, if you don't remember, this man was accused of spraying, I think he attacked 3 drivers in the same route on the B-15 in Brooklyn that goes from Brooklyn to JFK Airport. Yep. Can't make this stuff up. They thankfully caught him by Labor Day, but it's how far back it goes to. Now we'll go back. Now we'll go to March. Now we'll go to March when this happened, and this is when TWU finally woke up and realized about this. It took until March for the TWU to finally get involved. I'm glad they're finally getting involved now. All right. So this was around March 8th, right around that time frame. So there was an attack in the same week. The first attack took place at the Hoyt-Schermerhorn station. Group of young vigils started waving a gun around and then threatened a train conductor. And then the worst part was a strap hanger held open the doors of a subway train and punched a conductor in the face. Yep, and the conductor punched the conductor who was on the 4 train. Again, Andy Byford can't do anything about this. He really can't. I mean, what is he supposed to do right now? And then look, this is the idiot that... I'm going to call him an idiot because that's what he is. He attacked a bus driver with urine on the BX1 bus route on Grand Concourse. Here we go. Right, so first attack was on an Uptown 6 train in the Brook Avenue and East 138th Street station. And then he attacked a bus driver on the BX1 bus route. They thankfully caught this guy. I can't confirm that. They did. And then you heard what Tony Utano had mentioned, that the incident took place where a conductor was punched in the Bronx. Happened on Easter Sunday. 33-year-old uniformed conductor was sitting on the Manhattan-bound 4 and 5 platform at the 149th Street Grand Concourse station on April 21st. And then, mentally ill person cited an obscenity, punched him and stabbed 4 times in the arms and chest with a switchblade. And what's so sad was the conductor was with the MTA since 2014, and there was a switchblade recovered. And this was when Kimberly Richardson broke the story. This is what she tweeted, the original incident. So again, it's not safe to be a transit worker anymore. It really isn't. See? Tony Utano is finally speaking up. Took this long. Look at this. Over the years, they had to put cops in the system. Let's take a look at this. Yep, so it goes back for a while. It even dates back for the 60s. Look, there's another one. Franklin Avenue and Shuttle in Brooklyn. Yeah. Here's the 70s. Yep. Here's something. Somebody went undercover because somebody wanted to attack station agents. $0.30. This is just a history of what's been going on, but yep, this is what our subways have become now. This is what our subways have become. There's graffiti everywhere. I mean, it's not as bad as it was back then, but if we continue this behavior overall on the subways, look at this. This could be the subways one day. This could be all the subways one day. Yep, this is what I saw on the A train. It wasn't that much vandalized, but I did see newspapers on the A train at Lefferts. Yep. Even Ed Koch rode the subway. Can't make this stuff up. One day we could have cops in our subways. One day we could. This is for the TWU to pay attention to. Alright, this is for the TWU to pay attention. Because again, this could be our subways if we don't take action now. That's why I would support a strike. Look at this. Even almost 40 years ago. Again, this is what I want to see more of. Where are the police? I want to see more of them on the subway. I'm sorry to say this, but maybe we do need Curtis Lewa and the Guardian Angels to come back. I know Curtis has blocked me on Twitter, but if I saw the Guardian Angels, I actually would be happy to see them at this point. And of course, Bernard Getz, aka the subway, what did they call him? I forget what they called him. Trying to see what else I could find. Exactly. Look how disgusting that train looked. Again, this could be our subways if we don't act up and take action now. I know this is kind of unrelated, but I have to show you all this just to prove a point. Even in the 90s. Even in the 90s. Eventually we could have Molotovs back in the system. You never know. Can't make that again. You can't make this stuff up. Look, somebody tried going over the gate. Can't make this stuff up. No, I'm not even gonna comment on that one. But it just proves my point. That's what our subways could be one day if we don't take action now. And I gotta tell you about what happened in Elmhurst on the Q88, because this really grinds my gears. Look at this idiot. Look at him. Freaking running away. Thank goodness they caught him on camera. So let's find out what happened. We're gonna read this whole article. Believe me, we are. So, here's what happened. Back last night, and we're talking about May 8th. Hopefully this video should be up for you all on time, and if it isn't, I would be surprised if it wasn't. Oh, okay, my bad. It happened a week ago on May 2nd. So this happened at the Queens Center Mall, right at the start of the Q88 bus route on 59th Avenue and 92nd Street. According to a law enforcement source, the perpetrator boarded a eastbound Q88 bus going to the Queens Village Long Island Railroad Station at 5:50 p.m. that day, and then got into an argument with the bus driver over paying the fare. The argument then turned physical when the suspect punched the driver in the face. The assailant exited the bus and fled on foot westbound towards 94th Street. So 110 responded to this incident. Cops described the angry passenger as a male standing 6 feet tall with a goatee, who was last seen wearing a red hood sweatshirt and black pants while carrying a black backpack. So they have a video, as you can see. Loop it again. There he goes. That's him. Exactly. And now he's going to be wanted for a felony. Hope he's going to jail for what he did. Should go to jail. Should go to jail. I want to pay his fare. He wanted to get on board. He just could have gotten a Metro card. Or if he had a Metro card, he could have put $275 on. No. He didn't want to do that. Again, look at him. They're going to catch this guy. I have all the faith in the world they will. So again, Tony Utano is your voice right now. Or our voice at this point. Because at this junction, at this time of need, these transit workers are not safe. They have to deal with these unsafe conditions. People are violent these days than ever before. And we're at war right now. We're literally at war. For sanity right now. We must start right now. And it starts with the TWU doing their part. As far as when their contract is expiring, we don't know that yet. We don't know. Whenever there's news about it, I'll cover it. Because if this is about safety, it has to be brought up. I'm going to continue talking about this for you all. Because the battle starts now. And if it doesn't, then the cycle will continue. With that, thank you all for watching. Until the next one, please take care.